Hey, you! Yes, you innocent bystander. What are you playing?
Well, my invertebrate, I got the perfect game for you. Rivals of Ether 2. Discover a massive lore,
10, 20.
engaging gameplay, and a community full of well-adjusted members that share love with you. Do not hesitate and purchase Rivals of Ether 2.
Disclaimer, Eidos is not responsible for any damages that will ensue after the purchase of this game. Often called by the cartel name Maple, I really hate that nigga, that's insane how much I like this is the word.
And you see? You don't want to buy this game no more. Advertisement. The beautiful art of making people want to consume your stuff. Nobody can dodge it. You gotta advertise your music, your art, your projects. Makes sense. In our hyper-connected world, you kinda need to know how to shop. It could change your whole life. But with this gold rush that is the internet and media in general, you need to find a way to stand out. And what better way than an ad with a buff man in a skirt? That's peak content right here. We all saw the Street Fighter announcement for the 3rd year pass. This was a peculiar ad, I'm not gonna lie. It had its detractor, but it intrigued me, as I have seen ads like this before. And this single piece of advertisement led me to a trip to the world of fighting game commercial. So follow me as we go through the history of weird fighting game advertisement, starting with... I had one big question when starting this video. What can we consider to be the first piece of fighting game advertisement? Well, let's go back the last century. The ancestor of Twitter buzz account and YouTube channel that repost trailer, magazines. Magazines covering up video games started as early as 1981. Back in those days, that was the only real place where you could see games announcements. Also the TV for sure, but it was a bit too mainstream for video game back then. You know we're underground out here, like. 1981, that's before SF1. That's way before the wave of fighting game following SF2. So what I did, that I went to the fighting game timeline by Fighting Generation. What this website considers as the first fighting game is named Yeehaw Kung Fu. Fighting game released in 1985 by Konami, developed for arcade machines. We can find articles on the game published in 1986 in the Commodore User magazine, as the game was being ported on the console. Couldn't find the article on himself, that's kinda unfortunate. It would be interesting to see the writing. But here it is, mentioned on the content part, so that's the oldest mention of the game I could find. I'm pretty sure maybe you can find if you really like that, but I'm not like that. But now I'm really interested about finding an article that talk about fighting game. So let's move forward to 1992. That's of course the release of the beloved Street Fighter 2, and we can have better example of what magazine pages about fighting game look like. I noticed that in those magazines, there are usually two types of issues. The reviews, like these, is formulated, it's pretty straightforward. It usually uses images of the gameplay, some official artworks by the editors. Sometimes they even scrap... Holy... spade moment. Sometimes they even scrap sprites from the game. Sometimes they also describe the game, sometimes in depth, sometimes not. But this was before all our FGC term and culture, so it's pretty funny seeing them describing stuff in their world. They're also called Bison and Nazi. The second type of issues, in quotation mark, are cover magazines, and some of them are look it up. Those magazines help for the video game culture as we know, especially the review culture popular during the debut of YouTube, I would say. But can we pin them as the first form of advertisement for fighting games? Well, not really. The answer is way simpler than you thought. Other people consider the first fighting game to be Heavyweight Champ by Sega. The discrepancy is coming from that Yeehaw Kung Fu look more like what fighting game, 2D fighting game is right now, while Yeehaw Kung Fu, I don't know, that's complicated. But let's consider Heavyweight Champ anyway, just for the sake of this video. This game was out before the popularization of console by the NES, so people were mainly playing on arcade machines. They were playing in bars and other places as such. And to promote the arcade machine, they were simply using flyers, of course, as the first form of video game advertisement. So following this logic, some could argue that this piece of flyer is the first fighting game piece of ad ever, or maybe not. I can't even pinpoint the date of this flyer. Maybe that's fake. Maybe the whole time that's fake. I also found this piece too. Maybe there's a date in Japanese. No, I don't realize it, but yeah. It's really interesting to find pieces like this. This is a whole nother era of video game. One with less impressive graphic, not a lot of different scenes in the game, and really not that much of gameplay either. A lot of pre-NES games kinda feel like mini games where the value is finding simple concept to play. With premises like these, the question comes to how do you advertise such a product? Here you can see the screenshot of the gameplay is really not highlighted. There's focus on the machine mainly. Makes sense because this is the product after all, even more than the game. And in the background you have some real boxing. Maybe those athletes are actual legends and I don't know, I could not tell. But if we give it a stack, they probably didn't agree to have their face attached to the game marketing. Let's be fair. Let's just be fair. A small tangent, but this was common video game practice. They usually design the character, story, or game to look like something or someone popular at the time without being the thing, so you don't have to pay for the license. We can find other popular arcade flyers, like this one from Street Fighter 1. Really cool looking, especially for such an horrible game. We can see that we're at a point where the game and gameplay takes more importance than the machine. And in the second part, they teach you how to play, and they're also showing you some characters and gameplay. We go further down the timeline, video game is becoming a growing business. The marketing become more and more important to reach the point of TV advertisement and video advertisement in general, which gonna be our main focus for the rest of the video. Again, the same question. What was the first fighting game video commercial? Let's pin back on ER Kung Fu real quick. Like I said, published in 1985 by Konami, an already pretty established Japanese company. Where in 1985, maybe, I'm not sure. 3 years into Nintendo Famicom and far away from the video game crisis in the US. Konami got this game from arcade that they're adapting to the Famicom, and some executives decided that some marketing wouldn't hurt. So in 1985, in Japan, maybe 1985, I'm not sure, they released on national TV this commercial.
美味しいソフト。コナミのソフトも美味しいぞ。わあ、素敵。面白い。コナミ。まだまだ出たよ。
C'est tout? C'est pas ouf. If you wonder why I'm so doubtful about this video, is that even though I know that it's a Famicom ad and it's a port for a game that was released in 1985, I don't really got any information about when did it air actually. Maybe it was 1986, maybe you can find something before. So take this statement with a grain of salt. But this might be the first video ad for a fighting game. Unless you can find some ads for like heavyweight champ. In that case, you like that. I could not. I could come and say, yeah, this ad is the blueprint of ads in fighting game. No, that's not. Not really. Not at all. From the 90s to the end of the 2000s, ads actually kinda had the same formula. I would say it's a mix of costume, edginess, and what the fuck? Thinking about it, those ads were low-key violent back in the day. Like this SF2 ad that like actively trying to kill you.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Epileptic people down by 200. Also, I really thought that was like actual footage from the real Street Fighter movie, you know, the one with Van Damme. But then I saw their guy and damn. But if we disregard the assassination attempts and the AI piss filter on the video, that's looking good at. Unlike this other one that seemed to be part of the same campaign, but it's like, what's going on? What's going on? It's crazy how this side is just doing shit. I would say the dinosaur at the end is tough though. I'm gonna say that. I assume they are from the same campaign because they both have the epileptic laser of doom. Also, this is kind of the same ad. They just replaced the cosplayer with, I don't know how to describe it other than 90s cool kid bait. Like you got the dinosaur throwing fireball, a nigga getting smacked, a woman screaming that's like right with the time. Moving forward. we got this Street Fighter Alpha commercial. Nothing really out of the ordinary, just some real unemployment footage and... Eeeh! Roaches in the cereal? I love how the ad was like just going in the direction of he's getting beat up by the game in real life to just like showing real under desk Asmongold footage. Like, what the fuck is this? Now if you wonder if it happened in real life, it did. I was there. I was at the table. You will see that in a lot of those ads, they have this gimmick of just the game beating your ass. Like this ad for Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Right, the coast should be clear by now. Sorry I'm late, everyone. Oh, crikey, what's happened here? Where's Mike? Oh, so did the Street Fighter 2 Turbo characters turn up for the interview then? I see you're going to show off the new moves then. Great. That'll be their special combat speed. But did anyone experience their new fireball capability? Oh, well, that works then, eh? Well, if I'd known you were having this much fun, I'd never have hidden in the lavvies and pretended to be late.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, intimidating, invincible Nintendo.
Of course, you got that nigga trying to beat Toji so bad. I always considered Ryu to be like a good guy. I didn't expect him to kill somebody. That's unfortunate. Is that the Ashigeki shit like the SF6 player talking about? That's probably that. Back to Alpha, we got an ad that I actually really like. It's pretty much just Sakura running in the street with Street Fighter character, like Patch in real life. You can see Dalsim being homeless, also give fat ass just in the back. My question about this ad is why is Bison smiling at the sight of a teenager?
Shout out to my man Ernesto Assaulta Kunis. What's up, baby? I see you know what you do out there with the Liberty Swingers, alright? Go easy on the young ones, my man.
I really love the concept of mixing character with in real life footage. I think that's an art that we low-key lost. And this ad also had the decency of showing some gameplay, unlike this one. It's like, what ad is this? I'm 20 seconds in, I don't know what ad is this. Yeah. I'm skipping.
Hey, don't cut me off, nigga! What you mean that's not violent enough? The last nigga died. He dead.
Alright, violence you said, huh? Well, there was a company that was rolling an ad campaign around the same time. It was for the game that goes by the name... This is copyright, we ain't doing that. It's hard for people right now to realize how impactful Mortal Kombat was. Everybody in their Senate representative was talking about this game. It's crazy how the shock value of this game worked while the violence looks like that.
Scorpion, win.
Like this scene in The Lion King is like 10 times more gruesome. Back to our topic, what is MK known for? Gameplay? Nah, let's be serious. The violence, the edginess, the fight. Pardon? Is this a rap that I don't have, or is this just like uncensored man pregnancy footage? Okay? We're playing Mortal Kombat 3? What this has to do? Like, dead ass. The only thing that I can understand is that the game fucked Nai pregnant. That's unfortunate. I don't know what I'm supposed to understand. Like, what was the rank session that bad? This game is not that hard. Oh, alright, can I see the game? Alright, go to it. Okay, I'm kinda being disingenuous here. They actually got some fire-ass commercial. Like this one. With the actors, the costume are really sick, and oh.
I was like, damn nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
We might need to get this game. We might. Okay, but for real, the more we go up the timeline, the ads just get better. Like this one for MK4. Even though this reptile costume is... they definitely pick a deception though. Like this final show was sick. This game even had a fully CGI fight as a commercial. Something that is more similar to what we would have as a commercial for TV nowadays. However, my favorite MK commercial, and maybe my favorite commercial, definitely go for this Shaolin monk ad.
Mr. Lim is here.
Mr. Lim?
He's been sent to troubleshoot the sales meeting.
Mr. Lim! Come in! Nick was just going through the sales figures, weren't you, Nick?
Yes. I was just saying that the quarterly sales are up by 12%.
But I see that overall sales for the fiscal year have actually fallen by 4%.
I can actually explain that.
Fight!
Sorry?
You, fight! Finish him! Fatality!
Mr. Lim, has head office had any more thoughts on our bonus structures for this year?
This shit's so peak. That's also a good allegory of the job market right now. Looking at this ad, I can't help but just love them. And trust me, I do not like ads. But if I had those commercials push on me again and again, I think I wouldn't mind. Maybe it was also because it was so out of its context. Maybe if I was watching Dragon Ball and I got interrupted by that bullshit, I wouldn't have the same energy. But I think I wouldn't mind. I mean, we all like toys and video games ads, so... And I'm not gonna lie, those ads kind of have some whimsy that our video game ads right now don't have. Like, it's way better than the Switch commercial that we see all the time on TV, which are the most bland, nothing burger ads of all time. Or even look at this. This is an ad for Street Fighter 4 3DS version. And it's like, what is this? It's like, is this where they filmed the 20v1? This ad just sucked. Nowadays, when it comes to video game ads in general, we're definitely in the trailer era, where the hype of an announcement is the driving point. That's probably why when Capcom made their last announcement, people were kinda confused, because this trailer follows a lot of code of those whole 90s commercial. I don't necessarily dislike the trailer era, I think it gave us a lot of secret action. What is happening? But hey, I might do a video about trailers in fighting games. But, for no. Balls in my face, I'm gay, y'all. Now get the fuck off my channel. What the fuck am I saying? Oh, and thanks for the 2K, yeah.
Okinawa shit, I came from the south side. You got a problem, we taking it outside. Niggas gon' front cause they looking for clout, find losing they principles, nigga, I'm bout mine. Okinawa shit, I came from the south side. You got a problem, we taking it outside. Niggas gon' front cause they looking for clout, find losing they principles, nigga, I'm bout mine.